Please read the disclaimer. The smartest man alive just gave a very outlandish XRP price prediction for the end of the year. I had smartest man alive in quotations. You'll understand why in just a second. Technically, you could say he is, but we'll talk about that. Also, interesting update on what Citadel is trying to do, and the SEC just came out with an interesting investor bulletin. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button if you like that new breaking news intro. I tried, a little bit classical music, right? Let's try this. Do you like it better? I don't know. It's growing on me. So let's get into it. Interestingly, DeFi groups fire back at Citadel over token rules. DeFi organizations slammed Citadel's security suggestion that the SEC should tighten rules on tokenized stock trading. They argue that the approach simply doesn't work for how decentralized systems are designed. Of course, Citadel, that is the big winner, right? The big profiter of the current situation, the current way that the stock market works, wouldn't want a new way to come and disrupt what they are doing. But we'll see if the SEC does anything around it. But, this SEC is very pro crypto. Just came out with an investor bulletin, says here, curious about crypto wallets and how to store and access crypto assets? Check out our crypto asset custody basic investor bulletin, right? Think about this, right? A year ago, the SEC would not be putting out this kind of investor bulletin. So to think about where we were a year ago and where we are right now, it's like night and day. It's a totally different situation. Listen, the markets, they are right now not great, right? But I've been in similar situations before and will be in similar situations in the future. I'm not stressing on it. I know that a lot of people are stressing, a lot of people are feeling it, but I've said this like 10 times over the past few days. I'm continuing with my plan. I'm continuing with my, my day to day. I'm continuing with my short-term trades, my long-term trades, and everything is, according to the plan. Maybe the plan is not happening, at the exact time frame that I wanted, but that's fine, right? I'm not in a hurry anywhere, right? So I'll get my or just thinking about what kind of car I'm going to get. Maybe a Kia Sportage, maybe a little bit, so I can get like three big boys in the back seat there. I have three boys, and they're very very tall. So maybe a minivan, right? That's what I'm thinking about. All the videos on Instagram and TikTok of people with the doing all the stuff with the cars and all that. It's not me, right? But we'll see how this market plays out. Now, something interesting that happens. One of the smartest man alive, right? You can put it in quotations. It says high IQ, right? Claimant predicts XRP new all-time high by year end. So he has an IQ of 276. It says on his profile, world's highest IQ holder. Now, again, that doesn't mean that he is the smartest man alive, because smartest man alive is a little bit subjectical. You could say, well, IQ says you're the smartest man. But also you could say, well, maybe Elon is the smartest man because he's the richest man. Or maybe, I don't know, someone else is the smartest man because he was able to, break some code or something, right? So yes, IQ is the norm, that how we say how smart someone is. But, someone might be very, very smart, but they can't, their social skills are very bad. And they might not be able to be as successful as other people. But if you're just saying smart in the word of smart, then yes, maybe you could say he's the smartest man alive. I digress a little bit, I know. Basically, but he says that XRP has a strong possibility of reaching a new all-time high by the end of 2025. Now, listen, for XRP to get to a new all-time high, and let's not take the all-time high that we had back in 2017. I know some people like to reference it, but it wasn't a real all-time high. It wasn't a real value. It was only a value that was seen on the South Korean exchange, and it had to do with the conversion rate between the dollar and the won. It wasn't really sold at that price or bought at that price for real, right? But if we were to get back to the value that we saw earlier this year, right, we would need an 81% movement for XRP to get back to that level. Now, I'm not saying that something like that can't happen, right? Because we did see XRP in July, from July 6th to about July 18th. So that was about 12 days. So that would bring us about to the 25th. XRP did about 70%, right? About 62%. Okay. So the probability of it doing 80%, right, is kind of low on the current momentum of the market. But if we go back and we look at it, right, and let's say we look at 195, which is a few days out, it did 80% in 27 days, right? But that is longer than the end of the year. So theoretically, it could happen. We could see a sudden influx of capital, and we could potentially see a short squeeze, right? And the price could get to that value. Will it get there? I don't know. I don't think so. I think that we're probably, if we do see something, it will happen in the first quarter of 2026. That's what I think. Again, these views are only mine alone. These are my thoughts. This video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important. Smartest man alive. He's saying this. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. We've seen AIs that have tried to predict the price action, and they always give, ranges. They don't really know. He's looking at some, projections and potentially what could happen in the next coming weeks. But if those things don't happen, then XRP's price won't move like that. But if it does, then it could. Okay, it's all speculation, right? This is just how it is. But it is interesting that this individual is saying that. So, we'll see how this plays out. He also said, if we're just going to here, it says XRP may show short-term movement this weekend. That was 5 hours ago. I don't know. Here's his tweet. This was from yesterday. He says XRP has a strong possibility of reaching a new all-time high by year end. World's highest IQ, 276 holder, right? And this is what he said. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's wrong. Dom from Easy Ace has always doubted if this guy really had the world's highest IQ. Now I know it's true. Because he said he's joining the XRP community. But listen, does he give why he thinks it's going to happen? No, right? It just says in my view. So I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. Again, in my opinion, it's probably not going to happen. If it does happen, I'll be happy. That means you guys will be happy. It means that XRP will have great momentum. There'll be higher numbers in my portfolio. Does that mean that my life is going to change? Probably not, right? But I will be happy if you are happy, okay? I'm happy anyway. All right, that's just how I am. But it will be very interesting to see what happens. This is an interesting tweet. I don't know if you guys follow football or soccer, right, like it's called in the US. I know 60% of you are in the US. But it seems that Tether is trying to buy Juventus. And this is interesting. If we have actually a crypto based company acquiring a football club or soccer club, this is a big step forward, from only crypto companies that were just, putting maybe naming rights or getting sponsorships in sport teams. But now a sport team could be purchased by a crypto company, a big one, not a small. This is one of the biggest football clubs in Italy. Has won Champions League, although not in a while. They've had a lot of financial scandals, not financial, like they had scandals, and they were relegated, and then they came back, and then got good again, and but they haven't been in the last decade, and nothing that great. So it will be interesting to see if Tether can bring them back to their glory days. So club from Torino, Italy. So this will be very interesting to see where the market goes, the crypto market goes, and this is kind of an interesting story that I wanted to share with you as a fan of soccer, football, or however you want to call it, the one with the feet. As always, you can check out the links in the description down below to my page here, my web page, and then you can sign up to our partners if you're interested. We have sign up bonuses, and you can take advantage of short-term and mid-term movements, even long-term movements, depending on the leverage you use. But again, remember to please trade responsibly. Leverage can be risky, okay? And if you do use my links, I will get a commission. You will support the channel, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a comment in the comment section. And the easiest way to support is to just smash that like button. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.